wheat and all-purpose flour, and a piping hot oven. First we make a sponge. A sponge is a mixture of flour, yeast, water, maybe a little bit of something sweet. We're going to use honey. So it's 1 cup of water to 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 2 envelopes of dry yeast. And 1 tablespoon of honey. A touch of honey or sugar provides a little more food for the yeast and will make the bread brown faster when the sweet caramelizes. So it's important to incorporate that little bit of sweetness. Just stir this up. You leave this for 30 minutes so the yeast will proof and your pita bread is started. Cover that and allow the sponge to do its work. It looks just like this after 30 minutes. This is what we call a swap out. Into this, add 1½ cups of whole wheat flour. Add 1¼ cups of warm water. No warmer than 110 degrees. You don't want to kill the yeast. 3½ cups more of all-purpose flour. A tablespoon of coarse salt. And 1/3 cup of olive oil. Just a good quality olive oil. Stir this all up, and you can turn this out onto your board. Use a little bit of bench flour. Use whole wheat, just adding more goodness to your bread. To knead, always use the heels of your hands and turn the dough towards you and push. Does not need a lot. Quick cooking flatbreads like pita originated in places where fuel was scarce. Flatbread recipes evolved according to the place and to the taste. Cousins of Middle Eastern pita include Indian roti, paratha, naan, Armenian lavash, Norwegian lefse, and tortillas. This is your recipe for pita. Put that in the oiled bowl, cover tightly with plastic wrap, and let rise until doubled in bulk. It takes at least 45 minutes. This is what your dough looks like after 45 minutes. Notice the plastic is stretched like a balloon. You can pop it like that just for fun. But remove the plastic. Turn the dough out onto a very, very lightly floured board. You can scrape it out of the bowl, although it comes out pretty well on its own. We want to divide this dough into 4 pieces, just knocking out some of those gaseous air bubbles. And then cut this into half, and halves into halves again. And then each of these will make 4 pitas. Now here's my secret for keeping the dough from drying out. This is what I do. I just invert the bowl over the dough. And then this piece, sprinkle flour on your rolling surface. So again, cut this into quarters and then form into 4 balls. This gets rolled into a 6-inch round, and that is your pita bread. Roll of pita is no more than 1/4 inch in thickness. This is one of the most important rules, since the dough needs to be thin enough so that the heat can quickly penetrate to the center, separating the dough and creating a blast of steam and expanding the pocket before the dough becomes too rigid. Put this on a cornmeal dusted baking sheet. So once you get these rolled out, they have to rest for another 30 minutes with a towel over them. So the yeast again is activated, and then they're put into a hot 500-degree oven set in the lowest part of the oven. If the oven temperature is too low, the steam won't puff the breads. It takes 2 minutes to puff, then flip and bake until just golden brown, just about 1 minute more. As soon as the pitas puff, they're done. So now they're ready to come out of the oven. Look how puffy they are. This is so glorious. Exactly what we want. And get your next batch into this hot oven. So look how puffy and beautiful these are. You can slice these with a serrated knife, To reveal the pocket, go halfway. Look at that beautiful pocket. It is so great. Now, eat these with hummus, with feta cheese drizzled with olive oil, with lebna, nice thickened yogurt, olives, fig jam. If you have some tabbouleh, that would be good too. But bite into one of these homemade pitas and you'll never buy store-bought again.